And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to show you what's important is this, okay? What's called your environment variables, okay? If you're using a Windows. And there's an equivalent for the Mac. But in order for us to fully utilize AI, we have to first configure our environment variables, okay? And here we are in my environment variables. And then we want to look in the path, okay? So notice you have two different categories. You have user variables and system variables. Now, system variables relates to all users on your machine. And this allows me to maximize my GPU, my graphics processing unit, which is, let's see if I can show you. But we can see it. Right there. So we got that beast running. So that's what I have. And if we are, and utilizing your GPU properly in AI is what is going to allow you to do work that is far beyond the abilities of other people. Install this custom software. So the next step is we want to bring up our paths. And our paths is very important. Now notice here, in order for me to properly do video editing, and even use AI in the way that we do with Bonfire Terminal, we'll need to have a few things installed. So we'll need to make sure that Python is in our paths, okay? We'll need to make sure that, and if we want, an NPN, NPN. And these are programming languages that are included as part of Bonfire Terminal, but they're free, And this is what overpowers a video editing workflow and really allows AI to do anything that Canva can, that people pay Canva to do, that Adobe Photoshop can do, any of those things. So this is the first thing. So you want to make sure that you have the proper programs installed. Now the next step is I'm going to fire up AI. Okay, in this case, I'm going to fire up Bonfire Terminal, and I'm going to just see this is Bonfire Terminal. Oh, that's kind of nice. It's a good background. I like that. Kind of get a little fire going right there. And here we are. So when we start AI, we're always going to, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're in spam. I always get spam. Am I being swatted? That's what I'm wondering. So first off, I set up my project folder beforehand, okay? And my project folder is where I put my video file, okay? It's where my video file that I want to have edited is. And as you see here, I have a video file that I'm going to edit. It's one of my ads. And I'm going to have AI clip this video file and repost it on my YouTube, okay? We will get into deep fake content. Everyone here who joins the AI Marketers Club is allowed to deep fake me. But that's more of a complex workflow. So for now, we're going to enter our project folder, and as you see, I created a folder for it called Webinar Clipping. I haven't done much. This is a live, I want to be clear, this is a live workflow. This is not perfected yet. This is me using my software for an early time. So with Bonfire, you get to choose which AI you bring to the party. Bonfire exists offline, and it's a one-time fee, but with this, but you could use Claude Code, if you weren't able to get Bonfire yet. Just get a subscription to Claude Code and add a bunch of software. So this, we're just going to kind of breeze through the onboarding process. I'm turning all of the audio stuff off on Bonfire because I don't want it speaking. I don't really want to speak to it much. And also, what I developed for, or what Bonfire developed for itself, literally Claude came out with this week, literally today, for audio recognition, which is a huge thing. And also, I think it's proof that Bonfire is on the right path. So here we are, and here we are in Bonfire Terminal. Now let's get in there. Great. So the next step is when but these are the two magic codes for being able to use AI on full permissions mode. Okay. Now, if you're scared of using computers to make money online, oh, is audio not working? I see. Got it. Thank you. Okay. Okay, I see. Thank you for letting me know about the audio. Okay. Well, we'll keep it on these two views. Okay. Now, the two different codes that we're going to give AI in our terminal to use permissions mode off is either this for Claude or this for Codex, okay, which is OpenAI, right? This is OpenAI, this is Anthropic. This is important, okay? This is very important. Now next, we are going to go into, we're going to launch that command, right? And we'll always check our context. And as you see, so I'm going to make this full screen, and let me see if audio input works here. Hey, Claude, can you hear me? Okay, there may be a conflict with live streaming and using Claude's new voice mode. I'm not sure, but for now, I'm just going to turn this off. Okay, now the next thing I do is I'm going to check that my system environment is correct, okay? And I'm going to check it with my MCPs. Now, this is the software element of working with AI. We want to make sure our machines are set up properly, especially to use FFmpeg, okay? This is very important. These tools make our AI more powerful. And if you are working with MCPs and the correct MCPs, you are going to be far more powerful at any workflow. And that's the beauty of AI, is that it really kind of optimizes around a few different MCPs and purpose-built use. Okay, so here we're going to actually create a plan. So in this case, I'm going to say you are my clipping team. You are my clipping team, and I'm going to give it the two files that I am going to use as my clipper. I'm going to have it be Georgie. These are all agents that are available in the AI Marketers Club. You are my clipping team. We're going to say Jean-Luc Godard. And we're going to have my video guy in there. analyze this video and create 20, 15, 5 to 15 second, 9 by 16 clips from it and post it on my YouTube channel. I will provide YouTube API credentials when we get to that step. 5 rounds of questions. Use Ask User question tool with multiple choice. Here's the video file. Okay, and then we're going to give it this video file. Okay, and this video file, as you see, right, it has some good, it has some good editing in it. It's pretty good quality. It's pretty high res. So here we are, and what I'll do is I will launch this. Okay. Now, if anyone wants to have the actual video files to use as an affiliate for the AI Marketers Club, you can, first off, you can register for our affiliate program by registering on digistore24.com. Okay. And how do I include the chat? Ooh, I don't see the chat. And you can get a bunch of video files, a bunch of ads of ours that you can work with, just some raw video material for repurposing and posting online. I just gave you a folder for many gigabytes of old ads and VSLs of ours. Okay. So now what we're waiting on is AI to create a plan for us. Okay. Remember, what we are using here is we're using an overpowered tool chain of free software, okay, that is readily available for anyone to use. And as you can see, this is a free video editor that really replaces, you can do a lot of stuff with, and it's free. And AI can use this. This is called FFmpeg. The next thing that we're going to be using to actually work with this is something called MoviePie. And MoviePie allows us to just do more video editing, title insertions, cuts, effects, all sorts of things that AI is really good at making use of. The next tool that is doing a lot of work for us is Pillow. And the next tool behind the scene that's doing a lot of work for us is this thing called OpenCV, okay, which is some sort of software package that's really powerful. So now we're going to answer AI's questions, and this is sort of part of the workflow. So here we'll check to make sure that AI actually read the video file and checked it out. Content map, John Crestani. Didn't spell my name right. Supplementing income. Okay. Have Georgie, what's the primary goal for all of these 20 clips on YouTube? Each clip ends with a CTA pushing viewers to the AI marketing system sign-up webinar link. Yeah, I'd say that, okay? What style editing cuts do we want? You know, let's say source faithful, okay? We'll say heavy on testimonials. We'll say even spread, and then we'll say YouTube Shorts. Okay. Now here's where what I love about AI is we're sort of filling in the workflow with it right now. We're answering all of its questions. The same process we'd have to go through with an employee or a marketing agency. AI is able to go through this creative iteration process with us really quick. What CTA should appear? We're actually going to have it, we're going to say our bonfire link, right? We're going to say our CTA is to join the AI Marketers Club. Of course. Link is, and we'll just say YouTube Shorts. We'll kind of tag it there. Now, if you're an affiliate for AI Marketers Club, the only thing you would need to replace in this link is where it says John Crestani right here with your own affiliate ID. What hook strategy should Georgie use for, start each clip where the person says something attention grabbing? How aggressive should the clip be, trimming be? Yeah, 1. Should we include John Crestani's brand in the short titles? Yeah, it's going to be posted on his on his channel. Okay. And there. And what the beauty of this is, and where the big opportunity is installing this in other people's businesses. Because as you see, I'm using sort of dumbass language here to talk to the AI. I'm not using complex marketing, jargon here. And that's the goal, is AI should work around the business owners rather than you trying to work around AI. The hard part is, and where the money opportunity is installing it in the businesses. What YouTube Shorts title format do you prefer? Short and punchy, mostly hashtags. I don't even think YouTube Shorts shows the title much. Okay. What hashtag should AI and money niche? AI and money niche. What description template? Just CTA focused. Bulk upload. Upload all at once. Schedule the clips out over the course of 2 weeks. Okay. And notice I did 5 rounds of questions, so this is taking a little bit longer, but I generally like more questions rather than less. I like to get most of it done. What tools? Use the tools from tools.md. How should we keep as is? For the earnings screenshot, how do you want them framed? What thumbnail strategy for the shorts? Yes, review first. Okay. And we'll see how this does. Okay. So I'm going to make this full screen. And what we're going to check is we're going to be checking our output folder to see if, as our clips get produced, they will appear in our project folder here. Okay. And notice it's already doing analysis, it looks like. This is a new folder where it actually looked like it went in and started taking some select frames so it can understand what's going on in the video files. Okay. Clips subfolder. Clips. Public immediately there. And at this point, I'll want to feed it. You know, I haven't given it my Google information yet. Is it giving my name wrong? Any questions so far about what I'm doing or how I'm working with this? I'm wondering how many folks here are actively working with Terminal AI, and how many folks have actually used it to replace software tools or employees in their business yet. For our YouTube viewers. For folks already, for students of mine that already have access to Bonfire, it is this new version I'm working on is available in the community. This is available in the community in the Bonfire Terminal Download Center. Okay. So Claude Code has been having some problems. Earlier today, we noticed quite a number of, if you see, Claude has had a ton of problems. I couldn't even get on Claude earlier today. So it's one thing you have to be aware of, that no matter how you're using AI, you should be using AI in a way that you're not reliant on any particular, you know, one, whether it's Claude or Codex or, you know, Gemini. That being said, Claude is way overpowered, or I'm pretty reliant on it right now because it is a dream. You know, it has a lot of intelligence to it, and its ability to switch contexts is far better. I also believe that the more you work with, the more you build out a particular AI's ecosystem, in this case the MCPs on Claude, the better it gets. And we'll just say approved because why not? Okay. Now we can look at its plan, and depending on how you want to work with AI, you know, you can spend all day chatting with it. But the most important thing is that with AI, that we are having it actually do work for us behind the scenes. And the goal is to have it doing work for us all the time. Because when you can create a stable workflow for AI, in this case, you know, I'm taking content I produce already, which is ads, and then just making clips out of it and leveraging that content and having it posted. I've replaced an employee, essentially. And that's what's important, is that we have it built around our workflows, or our clients' workflows, you know, if that's what you're working with. So here it is, and what we'll see it do is we'll sort of see, it's already generating clips for us. Oh my gosh. I think it already generated clips for us. Let's see if these are any good. And sort of where I'm at with the video clipping workflow is, or at least video workflows, is I believe we can't expect AI to actually get a perfect result. We have to have it give us a variation of results and then choose from those variations of results. Okay. And here we are with 20 clips, and we will review these clips to see, what is this? 20 clips. And I will review these clips to see which ones I like. Okay. And in this case, I'm also going to have a notepad open. And I'm going to note which ones are working best. Where's the audio? Oh no. Wait, let's see this. Am I just not hooked up right? I hope that's not the case. Where's the audio? So here I don't know if my audio is not working right or what the deal is, but we're gonna have it check the issue. And the good thing about AI is usually it's pretty good at fixing this stuff. But this is a live workflow. I mean, look, mistakes happen. I'd rather present live than you know, it's just the reality of things. Login issues, two authentication issues. So it says it generated the audio, just programmatically did things wrong. And that's what's interesting about AI is that when it works in a much more powerful capacity than what you will get when you're just working from a computer and web interfaces alone. Whereas it can also, you know, it can also mess things up very easily. So it's not stable yet, but where we're going is absolutely this is the workflow of the future. This replaces all software, and it's going to be very exciting. This layer. Let's see. So it says it's fixing its own problems, but we'll see. We'll see. Now note, folks, that what we're doing is, I guess we started 30 minutes ago, and we're trying to replicate a workflow for 20 videos. You know, an editing workflow that requires experience working with Adobe Creative Suite and, you know, After Effects and all these different tools. And we're doing so with one subscription AI, which is incredible. Now, the difficulty for a lot of people is simply accessing AI. And for anybody recently joining, you know, or who missed first part for whatever reason, what we went over was environment system variables and how important having your environment system variables configured on your computer is in order for AI to be maximized with both your with software, free open source software, as well as your GPU. Using it daily. Good to see you, Falal. For you, no audio. I don't hear anything. Sorry, Raymundo. So we're going to see where this goes. Well, we'll see how this works. We're part of the way there, folks. We're part of the way there. And also, I'm not a clipper. You know, this isn't something I've done before. Now, clips fixed. Let's see. It says it created all the new files. No, I'm not hearing it. Let's see, audio. No. I don't know if y'all hear it, but I don't hear it coming through in the background. And we'll just get this, we'll also get something running in parallelization, okay? So we'll run a test and we'll have codecs on Yolo mode. And we'll tell codecs, we'll actually split test the AIs here. As a YouTube social media clipper for John Crestani, create, review this video and create 20 clips in project root. And we'll test this out with codecs too, because we'll see what happens there. And I think that'll be an interesting way of working with Bonfire as well. Okay. I'll say 3 rounds of questions. Use ask user question tool with multiple choice. Okay, folks, and are y'all hearing this? Let me see this. Does anybody hear the clips that are coming that it says it's supposedly created with audio working? I don't hear the audio, but I'm not sure if it's a problem with the fact that I have so many different devices hooked up to AI. I might want to take some of these off because I have so many devices hooked up to my audio. What I'm going to do is I'm also going to test these out. I'm going to give it to myself on Slack. But there we go. Okay, that is the clipping tutorial. And we'll kind of see any questions so far about the workflow. The audio works. It's my playback which is not working. There we have it. Sorry, folks, I'm getting this. There we go. Okay, cool. Any questions about that? Any questions about how you can be an affiliate, how you can use this as an affiliate for the AI Marketers Club? Is basically I give out video files for y'all to work with if y'all want to clip them out and use your AI subscription to generate lots of clips for posting on social media. You have access to a huge amount of video files on the mega folder. As you see, you have gigabytes of video files. In particular, a great video that you can use for clipping is this particular video right here, which is the helicopter webinar. And the helicopter webinar has a lot of very clippable moments in it, which I will go over in a second. My goal here is to get folks adopting terminal AI. This is the workflow of the future. This is what will run all businesses. Now, as an affiliate, you can use Bonfire Terminal to promote or to clip or do anything. The power is in the polyglot programming abilities. But if you truly want to make a lot of money, it's getting small businesses to adopt AI and have it run a lot of their stuff for them, their marketing and whatnot. The key is that it's offline based and you're not locked into a monthly subscription and you're not locked in to dependency on any one of these other AI companies. These other this AI company subscription layer is going to take control of most of society. But by getting people to adopt an offline-based AI system that interacts with the rest of the world, what we're doing is we're actually helping keep freedom and liberty in the digital ecosystem. So I encourage everyone to, if you just want to snoop around and learn some, cutting edge stuff about AI, right, you can join the AI Marketers Club. But I truly encourage you not just to join the AI Marketers Club, and not just to get Bonfire Terminal, but to promote AI or install it in businesses for a living. This is the future. Or use it as a part of your agency. Have it do your work for you. But we're experimenting at the cutting edges here. I'll take any questions. Yeah. Intriguing. Awesome, Jenny. Great to hear. Great to hear. Fantastic. Yeah, I'm going to keep going on this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of look into and see how Claude is going to be clipping compared to Codex. So we're going to see how Claude performs compared to Codex in a video clipping workflow. I've already fired up the actual project on my computer here, but what we're going to do is we're going to compare the two. I see a question. Where would you find the people who would need this? They're on YouTube. Okay, it's YouTube. The folks who need this are anybody who's posting content already on YouTube. It's very simple. Who is the target market for hamburgers? People who eat hamburgers, right? So who is the target market for clips? It's people posting clips online. You know, that's a common question new kind of marketers ask, but it's not, you know, it's to create a new market is very difficult. Part of what we're doing with Bonfire, in a sense, is creating a new market. But that's because the future of business moves to holding keys. My entire business runs off of these keys, right? I have my money, I have my crypto here, I have my AI is in here, and then I have my access tokens here, okay? And these keys allow me to run an entire multi-million-dollar a year business. And that's the goal, right, is to be able to do this from our computers. So let's go into this and see. I've reviewed the matching audio verification. There are 20 MP4s and codecs clips. And let's see. And now we have 20 more files for us to review. And let's see how this worked out with codecs.
Job, and I'm pretty
Oh my
darn
God,
good.
I'm an idiot.
Video that you're going to watch has
I had mute on. Okay, let's see how these clips did.
create additional income streams outside of having a 9-to-5 job, and I'm pretty darn good at it. The video that you're going to watch has
Trash.
This is my first week and a half. I just wanted to share my joy with you.
The fact that I probably made in the region of about 1,200.
Trash. Let's rate these. Let's actually get. I'm gonna actually get a ranking system going on of how codecs versus Claude did with clipping. Codecs versus Claude clipping. Okay. And we'll look at codecs first. Okay. Codecs out of 20. Okay. Out of 20. And let's see how this actually goes.
create additional income streams outside of having a 9-to-5 job, and I'm pretty darn.
No.
This is my first week and a half.
Made in the region of about 1,200.
No.
Method with AI is definitely my favorite. There's a little known trend gaining tons of attention right now called the AI marketing.
It started at the wrong time. Trash.
Out of the many ways that people are supplementing their income in 2025, this little known method
It references 2025. It's trash.
will give you 2 extra bonuses that are going to help you get started with the new AI marketing system faster than ever. So don't wait. Tap the link below.
Trash. It's not a complete sentence.
Best part is you can do it on your own schedule from
It's not clipping. It did a horrible job clipping. Let's see this.
thing about it.
Just wanted to check.
Trash.
Video presentation is that it's completely free to watch and that you get instant access to it when you just tap on the video and enter your email in.
Okay, that works. We got 1. Okay.
System can change everything. Yo, my name is John Crestani, and I've taught thousands of folks how they.
These are not complete. These are not complete clips.
Of course, where
It's
I lay
doing.
everything concise way so that you can start implementing this method. Everything
It's getting cut off. This is trash.
out of the many ways that people are supplementing their income in 2020. This
Yeah, it did a dog job.
John's course is probably the most comprehensive that I've seen.
started soon. Look, you're going to be left behind is just the raw fact. Give me just 60 seconds and I'll
Okay.
started soon. Look,
I don't think any of these codex clips worked. Let's see this.
what you need is right inside the system. It's not going to be here forever. And if you don't get already helped tons of people get started and have success with this AI.
£1,200 in the space of 4 days. Just mind blowing.
On the next page. Guaranteed it's going to be one of the most eye-popping videos you'll ever see on how to create additional income streams. AI marketing system that folks are using profit without previous
The only clip that I think is actually worth posting is 1 out of 20 for codex. So I'm just gonna take this clip and I'm literally gonna just upload this video now. Video presentation. And then the above, submit rating. Okay, now let's actually see what we got from actual Claude. What quality?
additional income streams outside of having a 9-to-5 job, and I'm pretty darn good at it. The video that you're going to watch has
Not a complete. It ended in not a complete sentence.
I just wanted to share my joy with you.
The fact that I've probably made him
method with AI is definitely my favorite. There's a little known trend gaining tons of attention right now called the AI marketing. Out of the many ways that people are supplementing their income in 2025, this will give you 2 extra bonuses that are going to help you get started with the new AI.
No, I'm not impressed with the clipping abilities of AI.
Schedule from anywhere you like. Now here's what others are saying about it.
Just
AI, I'll say this. AI, I don't think is ready for one-shot prompting for clipping workflows.
This is my
Video presentation is that it's completely free to watch and that you get instant access to it. System can change everything. Yo, my name is John Crestani and I've taught thousands of folks how they
Now, part of the problem here, and we'll just continue to go through this just to
who are
see.
supplementing their income in 2025. Out of the many ways that people are supplementing their income in 2025, this started little known method with AI is definitely my favorite. Just seconds.
So what it did was it didn't properly, what I'd say went wrong in that workflow was it didn't, I believe we need to have more of a human review layer, at least with the plan, the editing plan. And I should have spent an extra 5 to 10 minutes maybe reviewing the plan, or maybe I should have had AI do a review of its own clips. And I'd say part of the reality of working with AI right now is that We're still figuring out sort of what is the Premiere workflow, but what I do see is that no matter what, the AI workflow is absolutely overpowered compared to, you know, actually using software online yourself and paying for numerous subscriptions to programs that you can replicate for free on your own machine. Now, what I'll say with the video clipping workflow is, just to go back to that, I'm going to say with video clipping, this was awful. This was absolutely awful. You know, one shot, code versus codex, one shot, prompt, video clipping workflow. Failure. Okay. I'm going to just put that in there. You know, I take full responsibility for, you know, this didn't, the video clipping workflow isn't there yet. But the most important thing is that we keep trying. Because once we get this down, we can have AI do it over and over and over again for us. And what I can say here, committed to you, is that I'm not going to stop until until AI can take the wheel here and do it with stable, offline-based software like we're using, and obviously with Claude Code. Thank you all for watching. Show It Live. This one was made with Claude Code. Where did you find these people who... Let me see this. Do we have questions? Show It Live, John. Well, we can keep going on this. I need us... So let's get back to this, okay? So I'm going to say this is a fail, right? That Codex and Claude out of the box for video editing is a fail. I'm going to say, what did we learn? Okay. So review plans. Okay, review your plans. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try a plan-based approach. Okay, so and we're going to try an actual workflow where we have a plan with our clipping, okay? Now, how we're going to scope out our plan is we're going to also, once again, we're going to try testing Claude, we're going to try testing Codex, and we're going to try testing Gemini. And we're going to create a clipping plan with each. So let's see what we can do. We're going to set a persona and we're going to try this out again. Okay. Will it work? We don't know. But what we're doing is we're experimenting and we're going to see what happens at this point. This is just kind of overtime. Now we're going to have So what we're going to do is we're going to put these different AIs to the test and see which one produces the best clips out of 4. We're going to try this a little different way because I want to get, you know, as a marketer who does YouTube, I want to get this clipping thing down. So let's see what we can do with Bonfire Terminal. And I'm going to reconfigure it a little bit so that, well, we're just going to try this project again. Okay. So here I'm going to kill my current shells that I have running. And I am going to create 3 new shells. And I am going to launch Claude. We're going to launch our 3 different, AIs. We're going to launch Claude. We're going to launch Codex. And we're going to launch Gemini. Okay. Now these are the commands to launch each of these. Okay. So first we're going to launch Claude in dangerously skip permissions mode. We're going to launch, and I'm just going to launch Gemini, Codex in Yolo, and we're going to launch Gemini. Okay. And we're going to launch each of these AIs in our different windows. And we have to wait until our AI actually boots up. Now, always trust the folders. And we have, okay, great. So here we are, and we're gonna ask each AI to create or extract the best 4 video clips from from this video. But first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to interact with browser AI, and I'm actually going to open up a window with ChatGPT, and I'm going to say, you know, let's clipping tutorial. Okay. And we're going to ask it to analyze a clipping tutorial. Okay, now let's see. Okay. Now here what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to download YouTube video free online. And I'm going to feed AI a little extra information so that I can actually hopefully get better results here. And this is where I find feeding AI information helps. But what I like to do is instead of just pointing it to the video, I like to actually download it for it. Let's see this. Watch this video, we'll give it a we're going to give each of our AIs the same prompt, and we're going to sort of see what happens here. Okay. And this is going to be sort of interesting. Because I'm interested to see how each of the AIs compares to each other. Now, I like Gemini's.
I believe that clipping is one of the #1 ways to get into making money online or online business in 2025 because this creator economy has absolutely skyrocketed. How much?
So it just opened up a window and started playing it for me. But we're gonna see how this works. So what I call this sort of method is, or this sort of tactic is, I call it, well, I'll show you guys here. I call this pre-prompting, okay? So what we did was we're essentially pre-prompting, we're refining the context of the AI before we even start a project by asking it to do research on the subject matter that we want. And what we're going to do in the next step is we're going to have each of these AIs generate 4 different video clips from the same file. And we're going to see which of these actually has the best results. If I were being more complete, I would actually have included Grok as well. But we're going to see how this works out in here. Okay, so we have OpenAI Codex, right? Out of 4, we have Anthropic Claude. We'll look out of 4. We have Google Gemini. We'll see the results out of 4. And I mean, if I get enough reactions in the chat from the 2 people who watch my videos still, I may even include Grok. Okay, so, you know, if I can get 1 reaction from, you know, the 2 people who watch this live, that would be great. Okay, now let's see. Now we will we'll give each of these the prompt, extract the 4 best clips from this video. Okay. Create or extract, and we'll go into our folder here, and we still have this same. We have the same video. Okay. And let's create our prompt a little bit here. Create edit the 4 best video clips you can from this video. Nine by 16 MP4 files for posting on YouTube Shorts. Output in, we'll say, what is it? 4x clips Claude, along with MD file of titles and descriptions for each posted short. Okay, so we're going to take our prompt and we're going to give it to each of our different windows here. Okay, so this we have, in this window we have Claude. And what we're going to do is I'm going to give it my file. And then I'm going to give it my prompt. Okay. Now in the next window, I'm going to do the same, but for codecs. Now notice codecs has some issue with the scroll. Okay. This is not a Bonfire Terminal thing. This is a okay. And then we're going to give the same to Gemini. And we're going to see sort of how this goes on. So what it should be doing is, and for folks wondering what we're doing, we're creating clips of videos using Bonfire Terminal to promote the AI Marketers Club, to promote my own thing. Let's see how it's going. So we already have, it looks like our codecs, let's see, do we have any clips yet? Codecs clips. No, we don't have any of the new clips yet, folks. They're still working. This one's using FFmpeg. Now notice this is one of the tools we talked about, and we'll see what sort of results we get from each of these out of the box. But frankly, I'm very unimpressed from the first go around. I want to see what tools it used. Now it's extracting the audio . Now this is the problem with certain things about AI. It should be sensing more of the video. Let's see how this works. We'll see if AI does any better with 4 clips for with less clips than more. What my general way of working with AI is that when I give it a task that it can't accomplish, or that I, for whatever reason, am giving it the wrong workflow for, what I'll do is I'll actually make the problem simpler. And then I'll work from scaling up from there. In this case, you know, the first project we gave it was to create 20 clips from one 3-minute video. Whereas now what we're doing is we're having it create 4 clips. And I'm hoping we'll get better results that way. Okay, it's a bit of a different workflow to create 20 clips from one short video than 4. But we'll see. Terminal AI has absolutely been a game changer. It is the biggest workflow changer in the history. FF probe error. I'm adding a small script to. After that, so we're having some issues with, let's see, codecs. Let's see the approach of each. So here, what I'll do is I'll sort of analyze the actual what's going on of each of these projects. So it says the metadata and subtitle files are ready. It's using FFmpeg. again. And then we have Gemini. Now, when AI is really messing up, Gemini is still turning. Look at this. 4 minutes in. I mean, I don't see anything. Shift tab to accept. Gemini isn't giving us anything, folks. Okay, and it looks like we have Claude working on the videos. This is actually pretty interesting, and we're going to fire up Grok. Okay, let's see how to get Grok. Okay, folks, our AIs are working, and I'm gonna see if there's a way to. So we're going to try to install Grok. What I'm using is, oh, no. Oh, what is this? Oh, no, this is probably, are these real? No, it looks like I don't have an XAI key, so I don't have that yet. Yeah, we're not going to get in right now. Interesting. Interesting. What Gemini is doing is something different than what Codex and Claude are doing. But notice it's still using FFmpeg, which is a power horse. Okay. So we have okay, Codex completed first. Okay, let's throw that up there. Actually, let's okay, so Codex completed first, and how long did that take? We got like 6 minutes. Okay. Six minutes. Now it looks like Claude, if we see, it says, now let me extract the audio to transcribe it and identify the most clip-worthy moments. But we're about 10 minutes in here. Let's look at the summary of what it understands of clipping. Retention is king. Hook viewers in the first 2 seconds. Drive engagement through clear, effortless emotion. You are a content distributor, not just an editor. Keep your editing simple. Use free tools like CapCut or DaVinci Resolve. Don't overcomplicate. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to start reviewing some of the clips here.
Out of the many ways that people are supplementing their income in 2025, this little-known method with AI is definitely my favorite. There's a little-known trend gaining tons of attention right now called the AI marketing system that folks are using to make profit without previous experience with marketing or social media or any of that stuff. And the best part is you can do it on your own schedule from anywhere you like.
Okay, so I'm going to say 01. The year is 2026. Trash. 02. Let's see. So the first one is awful. Let's see.
But actually, I made my first commission. This is my first week and a half. I just wanted to share my joy with you.
The fact that I've probably made in the region of about £1,200 in the space of 4 days. Mind blowing.
Now the gold rush, it's not going to be here forever. And if you don't get started soon, look, you're going to be left behind is just the raw fact. Give me just 60 seconds and I'll show you how this 3-step system can change everything.
Okay. 02. Text overlay is confusing. There's already a text overlay. Same thing.
Part of the system of this video presentation is that it's completely free to watch.
Okay. Same thing. Do you even Okay, folks, so what we have is we have a big, for video clipping, we have an absolutely big fat 0 for Claude, or for Codex, I mean. This was absolute trash, okay? Codex, absolute trash, folks. Codex is absolute trash. Now let's see if we can get anywhere further with any of these other AI video editing editors. We have Claude still going for about 13 minutes. Grok we do not have. And it looks like we have Gemini working on the actual encoding. So here we go, and we are getting the first clips from Gemini. It looks like they're being created in the folder. We have 3 clips. And we have a few more coming up. Let's see if this is going. Now, I'm not exactly sure, but Gemini is working off of some additional things. You know, Google owns the entire AI layer, basically, which is sort of interesting of how things have evolved. But what we're going to see is we're going to see if we can actually get any good videos from this. Okay. And here we have 4 Gemini videos. So Gemini, where are we at? 15 minutes. So 15 minutes in and we have Gemini videos. Okay, let's see.
Out of the many ways that people are supplementing their income in 2025, this little known method.
Why would they
AI
not
is
cut
definitely my favorite. There's a little
2025?
known trend gaining tons of attention, right? And the best.
I think this is my first week and a half.
Okay, trash.
The fact that I've probably made
That system for you. Now the gold rush, it's not going to be here forever.
the fact that I've probably made in the region of about is mind blowing.
John's course is probably the most comprehensive that I've seen.
I created a video course where I lay everything out. I hold nothing back in a very clear, concise way so that you can start implementing this method. Everything you need is right inside the system for you. Now the gold rush, it's not going to be here forever. And if you don't get started soon, look, you're going to be left behind is just the raw fact. Give me just 60 seconds.
It works. So we have one. We have one that actually works so far from Claude. And it actually did a good cut, which is funny. It combined 2 different clips into, or sorry, this is Gemini, for a good cut.
And I'll show you how this 3-step system can change everything. Yo, my name is John Crestani, and I've taught thousands of folks how they can create additional income streams outside of having a 9-to-5 job, and I'm pretty darn good at it. The video that you're going to watch has already helped tons of people get started and have success with this AI marketing system. So if you want to see how anyone can do it, I'm going to show you the 3 most important steps when getting started in building your online business. The crazy part of the system of this video presentation is that it's completely free to watch.
Okay, I'd say that works. We have 2 out of 4.
And you get instant access to it when you just tap on the video and enter your email in.
It starts
on the
wrong.
page. Guaranteed to be on courses that are going to help. Tap the link below.
Okay. We have, folks, we have 2 out of 4. We got somewhere. So we got 2 out of 4 that actually work for Gemini, which is good because now we actually have well, I think something is better than nothing. So let's move on and see if Claude is finally finished yet. Claude is still chugging away at about 18 minutes in. Figure out a faster way to do this. It's already been 10 hours and you haven't finished processing an audio file that's literally 3 minutes long. And we'll see what AI does from here. What Claude got stuck, as we see here. And for video clipping, why did it get stuck? Well, this is part of the nature of working with AI right now, is it's a wild woman, right? And it's capricious. We don't always know why it gets stuck. But what we can do if we want to better assess things is, you'll see here it says, well, sometimes it'll say you can click Control-O to actually look into what it's specifically doing. Okay? And so it doesn't always show us what it's doing here, but if we click Control O, we're seeing that it's, I guess it's looking for flags within the video, MOV flags. It has some sort of tagging system, I guess, that's going on behind the scenes to try to find I'm guessing something that I'm assuming it's combining some of the audio and some of its knowledge of what's going on in 10-second chunks. Now, this is very inaccurate, folks, because why it's giving itself 10-second chunks to look at a clip is completely arbitrary and not a good way to, you know, to look at videos, in my opinion. So Codex did a round 2, and we're going to look at Codex round 2.
System that folks are using to make profit without previous marketing or so, and the best schedule from anywhere you like. Yo, my name is John Crestani, and I've taught thousands of folks how they.
Okay, Codex I'm not happy with. And let's finally review Claude. So where we're at is the final Claude review.
Out of the many ways that people are supplementing their income in 2025, this
Trash.
best part is you can do it on your own schedule from anywhere you like. Now here's what others are saying about it.
Just want to be
It started with the wrong context.
In a very clear, concise way so that you can start
Wrong context.
when getting started in building your online business. The crazy part of the system of this video presentation is
Trash. So, folks, that's the state of where we're at right now. I'm pretty unimpressed by what the results were. But so far, the best video clipping AI that we tried out is Gemini. So over time, I'm going to work on getting this clipping workflow working a bit better. I want to bring in the news, and I want to create custom graphics around things. But we'll see what happens. For everyone who tuned in, thanks for watching. For anyone who wants to be a part of things and learn more about AI, join the AI Marketers Club, where we are teaching people how to use terminal AI for an overpowered workflow so it can do your work for you. Thank you all. All the best.